First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakah Quadash. Yahweh is to this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is to this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Ba'Hashem means in the name. Rakah means spirit, and Qudash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me the truth. I'm going to do a little land back of his brother's videos. Here's the clips in his video because these clips show you a lot of information that today is concealed. Information specifically about how the Most High has made it so that we can't leave Earth's low orbit, right? When we were told in school, right, about the Apollo missions, how the astronauts went on the moon, all that was nonsense, all that was fake, right? And there are plenty of videos out here showing, debunking how, all that was really just, in a theater, right? All those astronauts were being strung down, and it was all a play, right? We've never been to the moon, and we've never been to Mars. Okay, it's impossible. And the reason why is because the Most High Yahweh has made a firmament that we can't pass, right? It's impossible for us to pass the ozone layer, right? That's what the firmament is the ozone layer. So I'm going to play the video and get straight into it.
They slap you in the face with the truth.
Standing under a glass ceiling right now. Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it. We just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet. Thanks to you and to everyone who fought so hard to make this possible. I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
Firmament began. A series of 31 missiles were shot straight up into the sky to test how high humans can actually reach. They quickly figured out, not far at all.
It seems that whenever they were shooting these missiles up into the sky, they were actually interacting with different layers of this plasma field or this electromagnetic phenomena, and it seems to have fluid-like properties as it actually hits a certain portion of this force field, if you will. It seems to have fluid-like properties as it actually hits a certain portion of this force field, if you will. It seems to have fluid-like properties as it actually hits a certain portion of this force field, if you will. It begins to disperse and seek equilibrium based on the impedance of the electromagnetic layers.
Why is it when we review this footage that these things are exploding? It looks like they're hitting a barrier.
Testing the strength of the firmament, and they weren't able to penetrate it.
What's going on there? What is this? In my opinion, I think that they were trying to find a way to possibly get out.
Right, and this right here is something that is fascinating. And there's people that will say, oh, this means nothing. Right, but, what are the chances that the word nas in the Hebrew means to deceive? Right, and I searched it up right here on the blue letter. We have nasa, which in the Hebrew would be nasha. And it says to beguile, deceive. To be beguiled, deceive. Utterly. Right, and when you go into what that word deceive means, deceive goes into of a person cause someone to believe something that is not true, typically in order to gain some personal advantage, right? And that's exactly what this whole space industry is making you believe something that is not true. Okay, we've never gone to the moon, we've never gone to Mars, and it's just simply impossible. Like I said, right? All of that is a lie. So here it is in your face. And that was the first clip. I'm going to get the second clip here. And, the reason why they're trying to, leave the earth and, search out the heavens, they're trying to go deep down underwater, is because of this right here. In Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 37, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh." Right, so these Edomites, they know this. They know that the Most High Yahweh said this. Right, that if they measure the heavens, right, that's why you always hear them talking about, oh, it's this many light years away. It's because they're trying to measure out the heavens, but those calculations are not on point. Right, it's been, even the ones on here on Earth, right, when they talk about carbon dating, carbon dating is shown to not be reliable. Right, out here talking about, oh yeah, this fossil is 30 million years old. All that is nonsense, right? Complete nonsense. And when you go into the scriptures, the earth has only been here for roughly, I think, 13,000 years, 15,000 years, right? It hasn't been here that long. So, it says, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, right? So, go into the deepest of the oceans, right? That's something that is not possible. It's not possible for them to do either. Right, when they get deep, deep enough, all those vessels explode due to that pressure. Right, and there are points, of the ocean that Esau doesn't even know about. Right, the ocean has only been only 1% of the ocean has been discovered. Is what I was trying to say. Right, so imagine all the other deep points out there, okay, that these Edomites haven't even found. And that's something insane that when you think about it, is that, the earth is covered. Let's see the percent of water that covers the earth, right? 71% of the earth is covered in water, right? And 99% of that has not been discovered at all, right? So, this earth is massive, and imagine the new creatures, that we'll find when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, it gives us those new bodies, right? Those immortal bodies to be able to ultimately explore everything. So, it says that if they were to measure the heavens and search out the foundations of the earth, right, the deepest parts of the oceans, that the Most High would get rid of Israel, right? That's why they're going so hard, on that space mission. They're trying to fulfill this right here, but it's impossible, right? The Most High gave them an impossible mission. Let's keep going.
Prove without a doubt that we have never even left low Earth orbit. So in this video, I'm only going to address a single discrepancy that NASA themselves have admitted to on more than one occasion, and will prove without a doubt that we have never even left low Earth orbit, let alone landed a man on the moon. But first, let's go back to school and get a refresher course on the different atmospheres surrounding the Earth. Now, the following information is critical to proving my point, so please bear with me. First, we have the troposphere. This is where all of our weather occurs, and it is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It starts at the Earth's surface and extends up to a height of 4 to 10 miles. Next, we have the stratosphere, which extends to about 35 miles above the Earth's surface. This is where our ozone layer resides and protects us from those dangerous UV rays. It is also the layer where aircraft travels, as it is free from weather disturbances. Now we go up to the mesosphere, where most meteors burn up on entry. The mesosphere stretches up to 50 miles above the Earth's surface. Next, we have the thermosphere, and this layer extends up to 400 miles from the Earth's surface, and the air here is very thin. Also, temperatures here start to get really hot, ranging anywhere from 200 to 500 degrees Celsius and 500 to 2000 degrees Celsius in the upper region. And last but not least is the exosphere. The temperature in the exosphere can vary from 0 to 1700 degrees Celsius. The exosphere is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere and is around 6,200 miles from the Earth's surface. Now, according to NASA, low Earth orbit is around 1,200 miles from the Earth's surface. So before I tell you the reasons why it is impossible for us to go beyond the exosphere, or for that matter, even past the thermosphere, have a listen to what some NASA experts have to say about this topic.
Yeah, so that shows you Esau would have been incinerated if he got that high. The temperature is too high for the human body, for a vessel, for an aircraft. Esau don't have that type of technology, right? So that's another point. He's a damn lie. He never left the Earth.
As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this can harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
Hang on. So what you're saying is that in order to send humans through this region, we need to solve the challenge of getting through the Van Allen radiation belts. But I'm confused. Didn't you already solve this challenge back in 1969 when you sent astronauts to the moon and subsequently 5 other times after that?
But we're also really pushing the boundaries in terms of where we're going forward with exploration. I think humans are naturally driven to do this. And this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit. I certainly plan on being around to see that.
So she's a NASA astronaut, but I guess no one bothered to tell her about the first time that we left low Earth orbit. I guess she might be a little too young to remember. Here we have another astronaut that wasn't told about the moon landing 48 years ago.
The plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
Right, and you have it right there. As he said, allow us to go to the moon eventually. Right, so that means that they haven't done it yet. Right, and as it says in the scriptures, their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. These Edomites not even knowing or confessing the truth that, hey, we've never gone to the moon. Right, it's impossible. So I just wanted to bring out that clip, that information real quick. And hopefully it was as edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.